Hello everyone, welcome back to Talking to Myself part 3. As you can see, I was trying to get into the Halloween festive moods. I got my little wearable blanket and Scooby-Doo matches the purple. And we got my little tapestry. I'll show y'all that what it looks like. And a little nice little Halloween blanket. When I saw the last video that I made, and I saw it was very much like just like white background, so I was like, you know what, Halloween's coming. Let me do some decorating a little bit, or get into the Halloween vibe. I don't usually decorate, mostly because I'm in an apartment and I don't really like having to like decorate when I take it all down in a year and all that other stuff. Would it be nice to live in a house permanently and decorate as much as I like? Oh, of course, naturally, but in this economy, I mean, who can afford a house? I don't know about the economy. I don't pay attention to that stuff. Anyways, oh, and this blanket. I got this off Amazon. It's very cute. It has a little, I bought it mostly, I've always wanted something like this, and I was super excited when I saw this. And it's soft too, it's so soft. It's like that, ooh, soft, and has a pocket, a big old pocket and stuff. I can put snacks in it. And I'm just, honestly, at this point, I am so excited for wintertime, because once it starts getting super cold, I'm about to put this on. I'm gonna be chilling, soft and warm, and just, It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. I can't wait. Yeah, I thought I just should make another one of these type videos, mostly because when I look back at the other videos, I'm like, you know what? Look at me go. It's funny. I don't know why. It's funny. All right, so here's what it looks like, this tapestry. My wall is a lot bigger than the actual tapestry, but it's still really cute. Like, it's so cute. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get it. And then I also saw this blanket. I got this blanket from Kohl's. I saw like online, like it had the skull, the cat, the books, the potion. I was like, oh my gosh, this matches this perfectly. And so I got it. This blanket was actually only like $15. It was nice. But yeah, it turned out super cute, super cute. And just to show y'all how this has been going, this is what it looks like. As y'all can see, the diamond painting that I've been working on. I've been taking a little break from it just because it's starting to become a little bit of a hassle, and I don't want to, like, my motivation to finish it to dwindle. So I'm like, let me take a little break, then I'll finish it or start again. But yeah, it's turning out really good. I'm really excited about it. I'm still debating on whether or not I want to frame it or not or something, but we'll see. We'll see. It looks great though. Also, just a side note here. I realized when I was looking at the last video, it was funny because talking to myself, like part 1, I had said that, oh, I don't have anybody to talk to, so I don't have any judgment-free safe space to talk, and then and when I was rewatching that, I realized, I was like, wait, a judgment-free, a safe space, so you go on the internet? That's like literally the opposite of a safe space. I mean, it can be. I'm not gonna lie, it can be if you have the community for it, But like overall, I'm just saying in general, the internet has not been a judgment-free safe space. So yeah, but it's more so like, hey, somebody might share the same perspective that I say. Somebody might care about what I have to say. Somebody might just want to listen to somebody talk, like I said in the last video, so like, why not? There's plenty of people on the internet. If social media has taught us anything, is that if you post something, somebody's will watch it or listen to it or something. Somebody's. And thank you for the ones that are listening and watching this. Thank you for your support. I know I'm a small channel, but we're getting there. point is, I didn't think before I said it. I just said it. You know what I've been meaning to do? It's practice wearing heels. I don't wear heels often. I wear heels 95. I've worn, not heels. I have worn gym shoes, sneakers, whatever you call it, like 95% of the time in my life. Just 95%. I have always loved wearing gym shoe sneakers. Not even sandals or flip-flops. I don't know. I don't really like my feet exposed like that. Maybe because they're never really done. I get a pedicure here and there. It ain't like regular thing. I've been meaning to practice like walking in heels because lately I have kind of had, not a heel obsession or anything like that, but like sometimes you be on Amazon, be scrolling, just looking, and then I see like a cute pair of heels. I'm like, ooh. And like, they don't, you know, it's not often, but so I'll be like, you know what? We're getting older. We can do it. And so I buy the heels and then I practice and, you know, I try them on, you know, I get them and I'm just like, ooh. Now I gotta walk in them. I didn't think that far. Goodness gracious. Wedges are good because they kind of had a little platform. It helps level it out so it's not as high. But like straight like heels, they make you feel good when you walk on them. Like, you know, you feel a little bit taller. You feel powerful. Like, ah. But like after like 30 minutes though, it hurts a lot. And that's where I need to practice. I need to practice pushing through the pain. Pushing through the pain, because the idea, more often than not, you're gonna be in them heels for a good few hours. You should make sure you can deal with them few hours. And so I've been meaning to, but I have carpet in most of my apartment, so that don't help. I don't got a lot of hardwood space to practice walking. Cause like I don't really ever wear heels outside. Like I would like to with an outfit, but it's just like I don't want to fall. I don't want to fall. Or you ever seen somebody walk and you like, oh, she or he, you know, they can't walk in them heels. They struggling. You know, you might not say it, or some people would, but you seen them. And I don't want to be that person. I want to strut. Oh, gosh. I want to strut in heels. Powerful. I want to strut. So I've got to practice. And I keep forgetting to sometimes because I'm mostly sitting down. So it's like I'm not really standing up or up that often to be able to practice standing in them. But yeah, I need to work on that. So what's been on my mind today is, or not just today, just in general, I've been really kind of thinking about like my future in a sense, where it's like, I used to overthink like what I'm gonna do in the future quite a bit. Like, I'm sorry, I keep saying like, I know I have an issue. I need to work on my public speaking. It's the the you knows, the likes. It's crazy how many filler words you use and you don't realize you use filler words until you're watching the video back and you're just like, wow, that's a lot. Like I'm still saying like, oh my goodness, I have a problem. I need to work on that. Hopefully by continuously doing this, it will help my public speaking and hopefully reduce the amount of filler words that I'm using. We shall see. I used to get really, really stressed thinking about my future in the past. I don't really, I guess, well, I know why. It's because I didn't really know exactly where I was going, in a sense where nothing really interests me. And I know people shouldn't do things based on like, oh, their interests, you know, what you're good at, what you can make money doing and all that other stuff. But it's just like, it just seemed like, okay, I do all that and what's the point? Then I'll be living for what? Like, I've just always been so focused on what I enjoy doing, because if you, like, it's just like anybody says, if you find something you enjoy doing and you find a way to be able to like monetize that, you'll be good to go. You won't work a day in your life because you're actively enjoying it, you're passionate about it, you're interested in it. But like in the past, like I've just never really been interested. I don't know, it's something about the world that just doesn't really interest me that much. It's like, I don't know, there's that. And then sometimes I do things that I think might interest me, but they don't hold my interest for long. So it's like, or I don't know how I would be able to potentially monetize it or anything like that. And I'm just like, And a lot of stuff could potentially be like a business or something like that. But then I'm just like, I don't really want to be a business owner. You know, like a lot of the concepts or ideas that I have is something that I would like to experience rather than have to manage myself. Does that make sense? You know, and I know there's ways you could hire, you know, people to manage it, people to do this, people to do that. But I feel like if I did that, it would just get away from me in a sense where it's like no longer mine and then somebody else's to do with however they please. You know what I mean? It's like when somebody gets in position and completely changes everything. And it's like, and not in a good way either. Just like, wow, what are you doing here? Maybe I should just, maybe not focus so much on like obviously the future, you know what I mean? Like we all get nervous about the future and stuff like that, but sometimes maybe you should just be, you know? Like I know society pressures you to have a goal, have a plan, and all this other stuff. Sometimes you should just be, okay? There are times when I just sit, and I highly recommend trying this. Like if you don't have anything to do right now, just shut the phone down or computer, laptop, TV, turn everything off, right? And just sit. Matter of fact, sit and look at the wall. Don't try not to think. Just sit and look at the wall. That's what I want you to do. Just sit and look at the wall. Do that for like, set a timer for like, if you want to start small, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and just look at the wall. It actually helps quite a bit because you're just being, you know, we're constantly going and going, especially in America. We're just going and going and going and going and thinking about we should go, you know, we should do this, we should do that. And then thinking about how you feel guilty for not doing and going and all that other stuff. Either way, it's just the gears are just constantly going. So it's like, just sit, just be. And it's helped a lot actually. Because it's like when you're sitting and you're being, it's hard at first, it is, but once you get used to it, it's just like, it's almost like you now anticipate actually doing something because of the fact that you were just sitting doing nothing or just being, you know? It's like, it gives you a reason to anticipate doing something. So maybe do that before doing something you don't want to do, like laundry or something you've been avoiding it. So maybe just, you know, sit for a little bit, just sit and do nothing. And then go do the laundry. I feel like you'll be more excited to go about doing it because, you know, you don't have to, obviously. I just recommendations just in case. What if, like, I'm just meant to not, you know, meant to not. I don't know what that means, but somebody does out there. Somebody. And then sometimes I think like, what do I enjoy doing as myself now? You know, like I know people will say like, oh, go back to the hobby you used to do as a kid and then work from there, but like you're not the same person you once were. So you have to start with how you are now as a person, how you are now. Like back then I didn't used to like popcorn. Now I like popcorn. I'm not gonna eat it often. I don't like those kernels. It gets stuck in your teeth and you can't get it out. That's one of the major reasons I don't eat it that much. I hate that. It takes forever to get it out. I don't like that feeling. It bothers me. Back then I can't imagine eating tomatoes in anything. Now I don't mind it on a sandwich or a burger. I still don't like the big chunks. If it was like salsa or spaghetti, why do you put big chunks of? Why? It messes up the texture of why people. Like I said, you're not the same person you are, obviously, because you're older now. You're more experienced. You've had more experiences than you did back then, so you can't really go based on that. So it's pretty much like you're a different person because you are technically a different person. You're an older version of yourself, but not a version of yourself because you're not the same version. You know what I mean. Somebody knows what I mean. Hopefully. One thing that I've always enjoyed doing and I've always been good at is learning, right? I have always enjoyed learning different things, especially things that I'm interested in. But how do you make money learning, you know? Like that's like that is, there's probably a way, in a sense, there's probably a way, because there's technically a way for from anything, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. If y'all have any ideas, please let me know how I can go about doing that, because I don't know. Like, honestly, it's crazy because way back when, you know, we had these things called scholars, you know, I don't know how they were getting their monies or surviving. I don't know how they were surviving, you know, way back when, during ancient times when they had scholars and philosophers. How were they, did they have a garden? Were they self-sufficient? Were they feeding themselves? Did they need money? How did they get money? Like, how does it work? I don't know. I could do research on it, but I wonder, do they have like some type of modern day scholar, you know, where that's technically a profession, where it's like you're getting paid, I mean, to learn. I mean, that's what a scholar is. They're learning, essentially. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if I can get paid to invest in myself, yeah, yeah, getting paid to invest in yourself, or somebody investing in you, because you're learning, you're not really supporting yourself. I mean, you are, but you know what I mean. Kind of like the Big Bang Theory. Have you ever watched the Big Bang Theory? And it's like Sheldon and Leonard and all of them, they all had to get like a bunch of grants and had to get a whole university to like sponsor them and, you know, provide them with this and that in order for them to essentially sit and think of and figure out a solution, essentially. Now, something like that, I mean, not like figuring problems out, but just like learning. Something like that, but I'm learning stuff that I want to learn. And somebody say, well, what do you want to learn? I want to learn a lot of different things. Mostly, honestly, only reason why I want to learn different things is because I am curious about whether I can make an idea happen, whether I can execute this, or I want to execute this idea, but I do not have the skill set in order to execute this idea, which means I now have to learn a new skill. Boom, like that.